Asa Turner, one of the team leaders for the Washington Huskies defense. Curious, the quick turnaround. How has it been for you guys to prepare for this one when it seems like it's dramatically different than preparing for the first one against Texas?
I mean, honestly, it's a seven-day week, but it feels like a short week, to be honest with you, with all the flights and stuff like that. But, I mean, we got to catch up on sleep on the flight and stuff like that, so I feel like we're ready to go.
Catch up sleep on the flight. I love that, man. Defensively, it feels as though I think the narrative is, can UW be a physical team? And it's like, well, they've been physical all season long. I'm curious, have you heard any of that? How are you guys dealing with the narrative that gets so large around a national championship game?
To be honest with you, I try to stay away from the social media and stuff like that. My mom talks about all the reports and stuff like that, but I feel like just as a defense coming out there, I feel like we got to set the tone and really show them what we're about.
How about what you're about, your fan base? When you guys walked out of your facility, that thing looked incredible. What was that like to experience that?
Man, I've never experienced anything like that, to be honest with you. I mean, just going to every other game like that, there's maybe 2 fans out there waiting, but to have a whole crowd like that just cheering us on as we go fly over here, it was a great experience.
And all right, lastly, can you just look into the camera and give a message to Husky fans if you had to give one?
Man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all's support throughout the whole year. I haven't been playing this whole season, but, I mean, when I did, it was great to be in Husky Nation, for sure. Appreciate y'all.
Cam Fab, one of my favorite players in America, man. It's so fun to watch you play because I feel like you have that smile ear to ear, but it's with intensity. How would you describe how you, as a leader on this team, tried to get the guys on the defensive side ready for this game?
You know, we talk about flipping the switch. When, once you step on the field, it's a whole different, I guess your alter ego. Off the field, I feel like you said, a smile, ear to ear, just happy guy. But once I step on the field, you got to flip that switch.
Speaking of flipping the switch, you look at this team in Michigan, their switch is all about the run game. They want to play a physical brand of football. What have you guys said to one another in advance of this game?
Just at the end of the day, do our job and play physical as well, We underdogs a lot, so at the same time, we take that and we use it as motivation.
Yeah, it almost feels like people are like, well, they just play like two-hand touch in Seattle and don't play a physical brand of football. I'm curious if that's resonated at all or landed with your team.
No, we don't listen to that outside noise, and we just focus on ourselves. And at the end of the day, like I said, we all we got.
I love that. You've been preaching the us versus us mentality all year. I think a lot of teams say that, but it's really hard to live. How have you seen this team truly embody that statement?
Like I said, I think just the brotherhood, in the locker room, on the practice field, being player-led, all these guys are leaders, and, when something's not going right, we call each other out, and I think that's the us versus us mentality and how to our success has been,
I know it's going to be a raucous atmosphere come Monday night, but it was pretty wild when you guys left Seattle. What was that like for you to walk out of your facility towards the bus and see the droves of fans that were there to celebrate you?
It was kind of a surreal moment to, we're in the national championship, walking out, and there's a parade, and there's a whole bunch of fans for us, and it's a surreal moment. We're blessed to be here, though.
I love the hat, Elijah. You're pretty impressed. Where'd you get that?
I found it on the table, and they said I can have it, so.
Good, as you should. You should rock that pretty good. I'm curious, what has life been like for you since the final play of the semifinal game against Texas to now?
It was cool for a day, but I feel like 24-hour rule, so we're focused on Michigan now. So it was cool to enjoy it for a day, being like a little famous, seeing myself on TV, but now it's on to Michigan.
Did you have to put your phone away? Because I'd imagine it absolutely blew up the moment the game ended.
Yeah, I definitely had to put my phone away. It was definitely people that usually don't text me, you know what I mean? It gets like that, but I knew I had to put it away and focus on the next game.
What has this year been like for you? From the start of the season, early on in the game, I can remember the Boise State game, to what happened last week against Texas, to now you find yourself starting in the national championship game.
I feel like, like life, the season's going to have its ups and downs, but you have to stay strong, persevere through, and God has a plan for everybody, and it's written already, so there's no point of just stressing out and being bummed about life, you know what I mean? You got to move on. So that's my mindset just going throughout the season.
I'd imagine you and your teammates will lay in bed come Sunday night and imagine how the game will play out. If it is a 4th down, 1 second left, can you imagine how this thing would play out if you're on the field again on defense?
Yeah, I'll definitely imagine how it would play out. But at the same time, I want to say all my brothers, Thaddeus Dixon, Jabbar Muhammad, everybody on the defense was ready to take that last play just like I was. Our coaches did a good job with situational football. So I feel like everybody was definitely prepared to take that last play. But I was just blessed with the opportunity to, because pressure is a privilege, you know what I mean?